You're listening to the Weekly Spoke, a San Diego Bike Coalition podcast. For commuters, by commuters. What's going on, everyone? My name is Daniel Rodriguez. I am the digital marketing manager at the Coalition, and I'm excited to welcome you to our new podcast, The Weekly Spoke. Pretty excited to be here. Just want to talk about, this first episode here is going to be more of an introduction. I'll be covering what the podcast will be and kind of why we need one. Make sure to follow us on social media, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, pretty much all of them, to stay updated on the podcast. Next week we'll have more of a real episode with our co-host Elizabeth, as she talks about her trip to Oakland for the Cal Bike Summit with the rest of the Coalition crew. So let's just get into it and talk about, what you may be expecting on the podcast as far as topics go. As you may know, the Coalition attends many events throughout the year. We also host many events, so we definitely want to share, anything new that we learned from attending these expos and summits, and bring these ideas back to San Diego to start a conversation around them. We also are expecting to have, commuter stories, inviting guests to come on the podcast and talk about, what it feels like cycling around San Diego and how has San Diego changed as a cycling city. Another great topic that we will be talking about most times or sometimes will, be inviting bike-friendly businesses and groups, kind of learning from those who help us stay on the roads, with bike shops, advocacy groups, and all that. We are going to attempt most episodes to be around 15 to 30 minutes. Some may be a little longer, depending on how well the conversations are going. This one might be a little shorter only because it's just the introduction, so just a little under 10 minutes, I want to say. But let's move on and talk about why we wanted to start a podcast. Mainly, we believe this platform is one of the best ways to hold conversations with cyclists about cycling around San Diego. We also noticed this type of podcast will be one of its first in San Diego and will be a great way to bring cyclists from around the county together. We hope this podcast ends up inspiring some people around San Diego as well to begin riding their bikes and explore their city. Being born and raised in San Diego, there's a lot to explore, and you kind of are confined behind a car. You'll notice a lot more of your city once you start walking and biking and even taking public transportation. So once again, make sure to follow us on social media at SD Bike Coalition or online at sdbikecoalition.org. Subscribe to our YouTube channel down below for notifications, and we'll see you next Wednesday at 7 p.m.